good evening, good evening to all of you out there in Facebook land and on YouTube. Broadcasting to you live from the studios in Enterprise, Georgia. Coming to you live from the studios in Thompsontown, Georgia. Coming to you live from the Rock at the dead end of Uncle Charlie's Road, Georgia. And coming to you live from a topless bar in Kinsey, Alabama. Broadcasting all 57 states, 7 foreign countries, 3 sunken islands, and on the big screen tonight at Rooster's Pool Hall Pizza Parlor, Tax Prep, Tanning Salon, and Bait Bed in Screamer, Alabama. It's Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports, and we welcome you tonight, and thank you for inviting us into your home. Take it away, Charlie.
After that, I quit. Tell me again, what's the location of Roosters? Would you give that again? All the information on Roosters.
Oh, let me drop my there. Yeah, it's a Roosters Pool Hall Pizza Parlor, Tax Prep Service, Tanning Salon, and Bait Bed in Screamer, Alabama.
I know exactly the place you're talking about. All right, I just want to make sure I want to make sure we had the right place. Good evening, everybody.
We're on the big screen there tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! How big is the screen up there tonight?
It's a 84-inch, and then they got 2 little TVs in the bathrooms on the urinals.
Floyd, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I can't do anything with him.
No, you can't do nothing with him tonight.
He loaded up the gun tonight.
He's on script tonight. He's got him a script. He got him a script he's going by, and all them destinations and all them locations where people are. He's incorrect. He's half correct and half incorrect on 1 or 2 of them. But anyway, it makes good. He sounds good. Let me put it like that. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and that's the only thing that matters. If you sound like you know what you're talking about. But we with y'all again tonight. Thank y'all for inviting us into y'all's home. We see y'all done got lined up in and got the screen lit up here. Folks that's watching, we got Michael Middleton, Brian Wells, we got Brenda Blow, Trey Brown up in Baker County, George Williams, and Melanie Williams in Peachtree City. Everybody's watching. Y'all gonna have a good time. We hope tonight we're gonna try to bog y'all down with a bunch of boring stuff. Just gonna be bringing y'all some information, our opinions, viewpoints, reflections, and revelations. So y'all get ready for us. Go ahead, Queasy.
Revelation.
Man, I tell you what, I'm right impressed with Marvin. I mean, he's on time. Look at him. He's all Christmassy, got all his stuff. Mm-hmm. He's in a good mood. He ain't ill with nobody.
He ain't cussing nobody.
No. And he's over at the topless bar. That's a pretty good place to be.
What, Queasel, one thing. I sent some pictures in, pretty sunsets and other things of interest to most of the folks. Yeah. And he tells me right before airtime, I can't get those over to Judson. They just won't email because they're a certain format, blah, blah, blah. So everything I had on the table, bring to the table tonight for our discussion, it got squashed by Marvin, and then he hits us with that opening he did. What you think? You think this thing stacked just a little bit like certain fishing reports stacked against certain deacons?
Well, the fishing reports are lies. I mean, that's the first thing we need to establish there. That ain't nothing stacked. That's just flat lies. And the second thing is the reason Marvin got that grin on his face. He's sitting over at that topless bar. That's what's going on with Marvin.
Yeah. No, Charlie, so, I do have your cow video and your dog picture. I was able to get that.
Okay.
Y'all see how red his face looks up against that red background?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Be interesting to see what he talks about in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to in the morning. I'm gonna have to listen to him in the morning.
Yeah.
Get a message.
See what he gonna say.
Words of encouragement from Marvin.
He might get some good sermon points before we get off of here in an hour or so.
You're right about that.
Probably so.
Yeah, probably. That might be his sermon for in the morning. Floyd, you had a good week?
Had a good week, man. I had a real good week. I ain't felt good, but I had a good week. I felt pretty good, but I just, sometimes you just feel lethargic. It's like today. I felt lethargic. Felt lethargic yesterday, but I had a good week. I worked Monday and Tuesday, and let me see. Did Leotis, my landscaping professional? I don't think he came this week. I think he was involved, tied up with some rich widow women around here in Colquitt that he does all their landscaping, land preparation, landscaping work for them. And he puts old Floyd and Mr. Jimmy Hope puts us on the back burner there. He was telling me that he was gonna go see Mr. Jimmy Hope, but I don't think that panned out for Leotis. But anyway, I just been laying low around the house. I ain't done a whole lot of nothing, to be honest with you, other than worked a couple of days this week. But me and Nadine doing fine. We've been doing fine, eating good, cooking good, eating good. I kind of entertain myself a little bit along, here around the house. I ain't down. Don't try to go nowhere and get out amongst a whole bunch of folks, but just living a good life, man. Just be blessed to be right here.
Another reminder. Don't want to open the show on a sad note every week, but another sad reminder. Just today about this COVID-19. Don't have any favorites. It'll jump on anybody, and especially in our senior citizens, which Floyd and I are in, can take us out a lot quicker than it can these young folks. And another legend today passed away, and that being Charlie Pride, one of the greatest country singers of all time. And we're still actively performing, guys. Of course, since March hadn't been, but he was still carrying on a career, and due to complications of COVID-19, he passed away today, and he'll be remembered.
Just think about that. That's two legends we've lost in the last 90 days: Charlie Pride and Charlie Daniels.
Exactly. Two in the
both of them
in the country music field. You're absolutely right. 2020 has not been a good year, but we got to make what's best of the rest of it, which isn't a whole lot. And I don't know, Queasel, I got a question because I've become concerned about you due to this fishing report thing that I don't know, but I think you and I did not get a vote on adding that to the Saturday night lineup, did we?
Well, see, here's the deal. You got to understand where it's coming from. Him and Marvin, they tight buddy preachers. They preachers. They write, my preacher says the only time Marvin makes a good point is when he writes the sermon for him. And Marvin says the only time my preacher makes a good point is he writes the sermon for him. And they both lie so much, don't nobody believe them no way. So they have to get on television where people can listen to them, because every Sunday morning they put everybody to sleep. That's why he got him on there. He's looking out for his buddy on the fishing report. Because in the morning, they you could bottle up a sermon. People that can't sleep. I read an article today about a man said he done tried everything in the world. He couldn't sleep. And he's talking about how he was going to do. He does these exercises with his face. He exercises all of his face muscles. And then he exercises his arms and his legs and his toes. And it makes him tell his body that he's sleepy. And he goes to sleep. And I sat there thinking, you could either come to our church or go out there at the creek. You'd be sleeping 5 minutes. And then we had to wake you up when it's over. I mean, that's why the fishing report's on there. Them two look at one another. Don't ever trust two preachers together. Don't ever trust them. They're going to look at one another's back, especially them two.
But you weren't asked about should we add that report, were you?
No, because I know about the fishing report. Ain't not one word of it the truth. None of it.
Some of the pictures and the description of the fish's weight and the length of the fish. I know these little screens are small and everything, but it don't look right to me. It just don't look right to me. I'm not questioning anybody. I'm just saying it don't look right.
You wait till later. Wait till later tonight.
Yeah, he got the goods on you tonight. I done seen. See, I'm trying to look for a word and I can't remember. We have created a monster. That ain't the word I'm looking for, but we have created a monster with that fishing report. Next thing you know, it's gonna be the fishing show with the Charlie Platt Dirt Road Sports Report. We're gonna get 30 seconds at the whole show.
Hey y'all, we got The Williamses, George and Melanie Peachtree, our sponsor, South Georgia Solutions, watching the Oggs on Smiley Street, watching Cindy Richards from Jakin, Georgia. Chris Staples from Hallville watching. Dynamite and Delia Spooner King watching. Jimmy and Ruby Hope from Mayhaw watching. Rita Mock from Enterprise. Mary Ann and John Edward Wells watching live tonight in Canton, Georgia. And Mary Ann Melton watching tonight. Okay. So we got them all over the place. Y'all be sure to help us out tonight. If you don't mind, what we'd like for you to do is go hit the like button, hit the share button. That puts the message out to others and lets them see the broadcast and join it. And maybe you got some friends that have never watched it before. They might tune in one time and may become a regular. They may never watch it again, may send us death threats, but we can handle all of it.
Yeah, we need to watch what we say tonight, because we'll be live at the Y up there in Canton. Because John Edwards was too cheap to buy a motel room. They staying at the Y, him and Marianne. They got him a corner bed over there in the thing. That's where they staying at. He wouldn't buy no motel room.
I figured that.
We got Tony, Bonnie Lane watching from Enterprise, Georgia. Yeah. I think you know where that is.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie Smith, Blakely, Georgia, checking in. Kathy Campbell, Kathy's Country Kitchen fame, watching Merry Christmas. You been there then, huh? Okay, let's see. Charles Mercer, Ann and Mike Boyd, Ron McGee.
That's the coffee man.
That's hey, you're getting good over there. That's the Dakota coffee, folks. Terry Woodham, and a whole bunch more coming on tonight. Glad to have every one of you. And one of the things that people look forward to every week will come up later in the show. If you want to know where in the world the shortest lists are and the shortest books are, Floyd B. Lloyd is the man who will come through later tonight. And are you going to leave anybody out tonight?
I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get as many as I can tonight, man. I got some observations and reflections along with my short list, but I got me a pretty good list tonight, and I'm kind of being inclusive with everybody.
Okay.
But I do want to, y'all ask me all the time about Buki, and especially
yeah.
I had a conversation with Buki this week. Buki was distraught. I ain't never seen Buki in too much. He's distraught, but y'all know Queasel and y'all know that Buki's got a son. Buki got a son named Snooky. And Snooky was over there at Buki's house the other night, and Buki called him over there. Yeah, Buki, hey, you need to come over here to my house, and I got me one of them Alexis talking thing. Yeah, she talking to, and they asked them all kinds of questions. They answered questions. Come over here and let's try that thing out. So Snooky went over there. He's sitting in there, and he said, Boogie said, I tell you what, though, Snooky said, go ahead and ask that Alexa a question and see if she's telling you the truth. Said, I won't catch her in a lie. Anyway, Snooky looked over at Alexis and said, Alexis, said, where is my daddy? And Alexis says, your daddy is at Teaser Strip Club in Newton, Alabama. Snooky said, no, he ain't no Teaser Strip Club in Newton, Alabama. That he sat right here on the couch next to me. Alexis said, no, the man that your mother is married to is sitting next to you. Your daddy is at Teaser Strip Club in Newton, Alabama.
I didn't see that one coming.
Nothing but the truth.
Mercy.
Nothing but the truth.
Hey, Floyd, Chief Jimmy Holt just said that Leotis just called him and to line up next week's work schedule, and he's wanting to auction it off and start with the highest bidder.
I ain't getting involved in that. No, Leotis know what the terms of employment are. But here's the deal with Leotis. Leotis is a man, he's a professional. And the professionals, you know how professionals do, they show up when they feel like showing up and when they feel like they're in the game. So anyway, but me and Chief Hope we two of his main clients that he has, that he keeps our yards immaculated. I'm talking about, and we're proud to have him. I want Queasel to ask Leotis in the morning at church, how's he doing? Who all did he help this past week? And he ain't gonna tell you nobody but them rich widow women that he's worked for.
But you want me to tell you if he done slipped somebody in on you and Chief Hope? He might have found somebody if willing to pay a little more.
Well, I know he was out there working all day today for one of them women, and I can't get him to come on Saturday. It's always too cold or too hot, or he's tired, or something gonna be Georgia ball game gonna be on something. But anyway, he called me today and told me about it. I reckon he's better kind of maybe pick up a pay a little bit, but I'm limited. I'm on a what you call a limited budget.
I got you.
Understand that.
Floyd, hadn't you been busy this week? Didn't you do a lot this week?
Yeah, man, I done a lot. Told you like around the house here. I done some things. Done some things around the house. I was went into the Pick and Save grocery store there in Colquitt the other day, and I seen Bill Spooner. He's the first man I seen when I walked in the door. And Bill Spooner, y'all know Bill. He grows okra and produce and all that. He's retired from the school system, so he's well heeled. I'm talking about. But then he'll work on the side. He'll grow him some okra and pick it and stuff like that. And he got him some turnip greens. And he told me, he said, Floyd said, look back there, I just brought in some fresh turnip greens. I said, ooh, please. Pretty as I ever seen in my life. I ain't never seen none no prettier than them. I got me a bundle of them. Went on back around there back at the meat counter, got me some fresh pork chops. I had me a plan. I brought them on to the house. And I started working on them things. I was working on them out there, chopping them up, washing them. You got to wash turnips 4 or 5 times to get them where you can cook them and eat them, without that grit all in your mouth. My old buddy Charles Pickle, he pulled up. He come pulling up. He kind of felt like something was going on around over here. So he pulled up while I was washing my greens. And he had his hands full of stuff, y'all. He had it like a double arm full of stuff. He come up here. He kind of laid it down on my table, said, I brought you something. I said, what you got, y'all? Got you some deer sausage. Had a whole tube, like a whole weasel, like a hamburger. Deer hamburger made a whole weasel of that. And he had him some vacuum packed sausage, smoked sausage, some maple syrup sausage, and some jalapeno cheddar sausages that I can cook and eat. They brought that to me. No strings attached. I'm talking about no strings attached. Just brought him out of the goodness of his heart. But anyway, we were sitting there and talking about the greens and all. And me and him, we brought up about the same way on things. We know how to cook turnip greens. But anyway, he left and went on to the house, and I didn't have nothing to give him. And I told him, I said, I ain't got anything in the world I could give you, y'all. He said, oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I said, ooh, hey, me and you good. We good to go there, Floyd. Anyway, I got a hold of my greens, and I got them, and I sent Marvin a video of it, and y'all folks may not be interested. It may not mean nothing to y'all, but I thought it was pretty cool myself. Old 73-year-old man getting out there, cleaning turnip greens, cooking, and enjoying life. So y'all,
Lothario, if you will, bring that video up of Floyd with his pot there. Let's let our viewers see it.
That's an old pot. Simple. I'm a simple man. Just like y'all, like Queasel and Charlie, I'm a simple man. Now Marvin he's for extravaganza, It's
up there.
It's got to be loud. It's got to be expensive.
And see what he's got in that pot. Kind of see the
light.
Steam coming off of it there.
Kind
of got a fragrance around here.
Video, so they
living up here on my little cooking outfit out here.
We are.
Spend some of my time back in there where I kind of wash my turnip greens and all that kind of stuff.
We done learned not to listen
to you. Keep it clean, clean my produce and get it ready to put in a pot somewhere. Anyway, I'm slipping up on my pot here. There's my American flag right there, shining proud. Standing tall and shining proud. There's my little First Amendment sign right there. Got from Brother Wayne Gucci. Says you cannot defend the first without the second. But anyway, here I am. I'm coming up on this pot now. I'm gonna slip up on it, and we're gonna see what's in
it. With that Gucci give me with the amendment tag up under amendment sign.
See what's down in there.
You know what that amendment sign says? You can't have
child,
the
look at
first
that.
without the second.
look at that, what's going on in that part right there. Y'all see that?
Owning guns.
Y'all know what that is?
That's right.
That's some fresh, clean turnip greens that I got in there.
Some pretty things.
I got me some
Ain't
fresh
that
pork
something? I
chops
tell you
that
now,
I cooked
that's
with them sitting right
good.
on top right there.
Look
The
at
white things you see there
Almost smell
floating
it.
around on the top.
Mm.
That's gonna be my turnip roots. I
You
give
had
them a
the
little
fire
extra
put to them,
flavor
boy.
in there.
I have cooked
That's an
some
old
kind of
pot right
greens
there. That thing is
in that
cooked a
pot right there,
many a
Tom.
pot of
I'm
something
telling
You
good
had
to eat.
that fire up
We're
on
gonna
that
eat them
thing.
things after a while,
No,
probably
I
in a
just got
little
it
bit with some
trimmed down.
cornbread,
It
maybe.
just gets
That's
hot.
about all you need, some
I even
cornbread,
got me a
hot
baffle up
liquor,
under there so that heat
and
won't
turnip
concentrate
greens.
in one
Make
area
yourself
there.
a meal. Life
But
is
that's it.
good.
And that's some pretty looking greens right
I
there.
know I'm
Bill
gonna probably
Spooner.
get Bill Spooner, he growed them. Yeah. Oh, he
Good
told
deal.
me he
You
did.
know,
Yeah.
you talking about old Charles Pickle. Let me tell you about old Charles Pickle. I called Charles I think it was about Wednesday. Me and him had a long conversation. We solved most of the problems there is in the United States. You know, I really believe Charles Pickle make a good presidential candidate. I'd vote for him. Would you vote for him, Floyd? I'd vote for him. He has.
Oh
he
man,
has
I'd vote
some-
for him anything. Anything he runs for, I'm with him. Ain't
Yes,
no
sir.
way I'm
Yes,
gonna turn
sir.
against him.
He has some good points we talked about. We kind of reminisce some things there too. But let me tell you about old Charles. He'll do anything in the world to help you if you need help. Not only you, but the whole community. I call Charles every year. We have to test the pumps on our fire trucks, and we can't afford now one of them expensive pump testing machines and all that. We had to do it the old-fashioned way. We had to go to a fish pond and suck the water out of it and skeet it back out the other end of the truck to see how fast and how many gallons of water and all that pump. So we had to do the pump test on the truck, and you got to have a certain distance between the bank and the water. Anyway, Charles's fish pond is perfect. So I called him up and eventually got around about 30 minutes after we started talking to what we want to talk about. And he graciously let us come out there and we went out there and serviced 8 pumps on 8 different fire trucks at his pond. He would not take one penny for anything. All he could do was just say, you know what, I'm just glad to know I can help y'all. And maybe some little bit of something I do can help somebody else. And here's the thing. He don't even know this. He don't even know what he's doing has helped everybody, because our insurance rating dropped considerably 2 years ago. And it's because we can do them pump tests every year. And it's people like Charles Pickle that makes that happen. But yet he sits in the background, don't want no credit, no nothing. But I think it's time people know that folks like him give of what they got so that we can go and do this kind of stuff. Without him and that fish pond, ain't no telling what it would cost us to get those pumps and those trucks tested. So Charles, if you look into that, but I just want you to know from all of us, we say thank you, man. You helped us out of a tight. We appreciate it. And this ain't the only year you've done it. You've done it, I know, for the last several years running. Every time we call, it's always, come on, let me know what I can do to help you. We appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And Quizzle, I want to throw this up now. I got a picture from him. There's a deer that he killed this week. I want you to look what a deer. I think he told me the deer weighed 260 pounds. I believe that's right. I may be wrong, but I think that's right. I mean, a massive deer. And he killed it this week. There it is, a picture of it for y'all to see. Mr. Charles Pickle. Good man.
Wow.
Look at that hole. Look at that rack on that.
Yeah.
That's a deformed. It's a non-typical rack. He told me with that deer there. But that's him. That's old Charlie Pickle right there. He's our friend. Good friends anybody can have in this world.
You got that right. You got that right.
Man, the deer are moving. I'll tell you that. I'm seeing them everywhere. Got a church member this week coming home from the mill, hit one, totaled out his automobile. I mean, bad wreck out in Cedar Springs. So they are moving. Y'all make sure to be particular, as Floyd says, when you're driving, and especially at night.
You can't plan for them. Ain't no way to plan for them. You can't see them. They own you before you know it.
You are right about that. Floyd, Charlie, what's been going on with you this week in Dothan?
Oh, just kind of laying low, and like a lot of other folks, those of us with some pre-existing health issues kind of staying out of everybody's way. And if you're in that group, that's what you need to do right now. Because boys, we got a lot of it in our neck of the woods over here. I don't know about Miller County, but I do know several folks around over here. It's been running kind of rampant, and they had to close down the Houston County High School in Columbia. They're not going to go back to school after the first of the year because of the amount of cases over here. Let's hope we get this thing under control and get everything back to normal for in the first part of 2021. But other than that, just kind of easing around and getting ready for the Christmas season. It seems different this year. I don't know about y'all. You've been out shopping, hadn't you, Marvin?
Well, I had to go to JCPenney today, but I'll tell you what. Now there was no lack of traffic in the big city of Dothan, Alabama today.
There's no lack of traffic. There's no lack of traffic any day, but on the weekends, yeah, the Christmas season is a lot. But if you'll look at the tags, a lot of them is coming through traffic. Folks of places down on the coast, they're going down there a lot, and folks are staying down there. And Saturday is the worst day when the condos turn over. And buddy, it gets rough around the circle. You add Christmas shopping traffic to that. There's a few traffic jams this afternoon.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I did not realize I had to go out to on Brandon Stand Road to the family that we were going to, and man, that out there in front of Flowers Hospital and that whole area, man, it's like a freeway out there.
It is, and folks need to be careful when you're riding around this part of the country this time of the year for sure. Boy, I can't. Go ahead.
I tell you what they had in Dothan today, though, Charlie. My wife went over there today. They had two for one over there today at the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh
yeah. Buy a dozen, get one free. That gal went through that. She cleaned them out. Brought them home. They were still hot in the bottom of the box when she got back with them. So you ain't got to wonder what I had for supper. Yes, sir.
How many?
I ain't gonna talk about that because somebody might be watching that's gonna talk to my doctor.
You mean Ms. Queasel, one of the best cooks I have ever sat at the table and enjoyed her cooking, brought home boxed donuts for you? That's kind of surprising to me.
She don't cook donuts too much.
That's a hard thing to cook. You got to be equipped for donuts. You got to be equipped for donuts. It's like frying peanuts or anything like that. You got to be set up for it. You got to be. You got to be on your toes when you're doing stuff like that.
They ain't no fly by night donut cookers.
Donut cookers are special people.
You're right.
I like them. We can't get a donut in Garfield, Georgia.
No, can't get one. You know,
no, can't get one nowhere. I used to go down there to the IGA when they'd make them. Some of the best that's ever been made. Get me a couple of them. Oh man, them things. And some chocolate milk. Get me about a pound of chocolate milk and a couple of donuts.
Man,
over here.
That might be the reason I'm on cholesterol medicine and blood pressure medicine.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the reason I'm on it.
Consequences, boys. Consequences.
Over here, we got about every kind of donut shop you can imagine. We got the Krispy Kremes and the other folks. I forget. They don't cook theirs on site though. I don't think. What's the other one? Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Dunkin' doesn't cook theirs on site.
But the best.
But now we'll tell you something else. They got they all right. I don't know if they ain't quite as good as Krispy Kreme.
They ain't got that red circle that says hot. You need to look for that red circle that says hot.
Yeah, you need to look for the sign, don't you?
Yeah. There, but one place you'll find me buying a donut in Dothan, Alabama.
Where that?
Where?
Loyalists.
Old tradition there.
Yeah.
That's an old. Yeah. There you go, Floyd. That's an old school. That goes back some generations in that family and cooking donuts. And man, they got the recipe
they closed
right.
up.
You're talking about the one in Yeah, the 84 one closed up, but there's one in the shopping center over on at 84 West in Ross Clark Circle.
Oh, okay.
And if you ain't there by 8 o'clock, you more than likely won't get a donut. He starts cooking at 2. He cooks the donuts, and when they sell out, it's over with.
Wow.
See, that's the reason I don't want no donut shop. I do not want no donut shop. That means if you get started cooking at 2, that means you got to get up at midnight. You know, midnight, I'm hard and fast asleep at midnight.
That's right.
That's why I never could work shift work. I tried to work shift work one time when I down at the mine at the dirt mine down at Attapulgos, Georgia, down there. And man, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd get this funky taste in my mouth, and my brain wouldn't function, you know. And anyway, I'd had to drive home to Colquitt. Just didn't make it. Then had to go back the next night, you know, go through all that again. Go be down at 11 o'clock at night. I admire people that do it. Now y'all don't. I ain't dissing you. Y'all tough. Y'all strong. Y'all got more dedication than I have, if you will. But it was just something weird. It just affected my body. This all that night shift stuff. Now, but now by the same token, now when I was, 21, 22, 23 years old, now I could lay out all night until daylight.
Yeah.
And I didn't have
You can't do that now.
I can't do that now, but I could do it then. And I didn't have, I have stayed out, until after daylight and come home and get on a tractor, that was before I got married and all that kind of stuff. That was when I was still running around, me and your cousin Frog Wells and Pearlie Franklin and Don Skibo Calhoun, that bunch. We was on tour.
Well, let me ask you this. See, I was thinking after the show tonight that you and Queasel would pick me up. We'd go over and meet Charlie, and we would get us 2 dozen donuts apiece and a half a gallon apiece of Dakota coffee and drink that tonight. What you think?
You ain't waiting on me.
Y'all go ahead.
But I got 10 or 12 dozen in there in the kitchen, so I mean, I ain't got to go.
You ain't got to go, have you? You ain't got to go.
I got some donuts.
And I could drink me a half a cup of Dakota coffee right now. Half a gallon.
Yeah, that's more like a half a gallon.
Cup. I better say, man, you better hit the rewind button on that one.
Yeah.
Like a half a cup of nothing.
Yeah, I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of what? You need to.
That's why.
Yeah, water. Let's move on. We got to go to our sponsor, South Georgia Solutions. Let's hear a word from them right now, and we'll be right back after this commercial message.
Let's do it.
South Georgia Solutions, your premier choice for protection in the Wiregrass area. South Georgia Solutions provides the latest technology in monitored alarm systems, video surveillance, and driveway detection. Contact them today for your flexible, customizable, and affordable security packages. Call Michael or Terry today at 229-416-1500. South Georgia Solutions, they aim to please.
We got a bunch
tonight.
And we welcome you back. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, Michael and Terry Cunningham. South Georgia Solutions, all your alarm system needs, all your camera system needs, all your driveway alarms. You call Michael and Terry Cunningham. South Georgia Solutions, tell them you heard about them on the Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports Show. We are glad to be joined right now on the phone with this week's fishing report, none other than the Reverend Kent Barwick. Reverend Barwick, are you there?
I'm here, Marvin. How y'all doing?
Can I?
We are good.
Can I ask a preacher question before we get going? I mean, I'd like to ask a Bible question.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a new one. You normally don't, but go ahead.
Well, I've been studying up for this.
What do you think, Marvin?
I've been studying up for this. I got a Bible question for you.
Lay it on me.
In them commandments, there's how many of the commandments are there?
There's 10 now.
There's
that
10
we know of.
Right. There's 10 of them.
Yeah.
And and some of them is thou shalt not, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I just want to remember that there's one of them that thou shalt not. Remember one of them thou shalt nots, and then you can go on with the report now.
Okay, yeah. Thou shalt not covet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the man is coveted this week.
That ain't the right one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I will say this as an observer over here in Alabama, keeping score. The Free Will Baptist pastor in Colquitt does not gauge his knife cutting, does he, Floyd?
He's going for the jugular. It's so easy. It's just laid up there
gutted him.
It's teed up for it.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. He's going to tell us how to gut a fish just the way he gutted Queasel a minute ago.
No. That was all in love. That was all in love.
Reverend Barwick.
Yes.
I assume you were able to go fishing this week.
I went fishing, and something special about this trip, I had somebody ask me if I could provide them with some fish. And so I had targeted the fish, and I was able to harvest them, and I did gut them. I filleted them and took them to them, and so it was a good trip all the way around.
Well, I mean, we're seeing right now some of the catfish in the box, and in just a minute, we're gonna show a video that you did a little bit of video in this week on your fishing trip. Where were you at this week?
Well, I went back to my same old stomping ground right off the Chattahoochee River. There's some catfish holed up in a place called Coleman Lake, and they're the big ones. They ain't the little ones. And I'm just trying to, and some people say you shouldn't be keeping all them things, but it's just like hogs. You want to get rid of them big ones. It's just herd management the way I'm looking at it.
I'm with you. That is a good philosophy.
What we have here
let's watch this video
is a noodle line that's very active. Got a nice catfish on it. Just thought I'd show some folks what they do when they get active like this. I'm getting ready to harvest this one. Don't know how big he is. I'd like to see him take that whole thing under. He's running from me. You can rest assured of that. Little does he know. This is his. Get him. There you go. All right, let's see what we got here, boys. Try to do this without losing the fish. He's not a super big one, but he'll do. Try to get him out there where y'all can see him. That's what we're talking about.
And we see that video there, Reverend Barbie. That was a good catch.
Yeah.
Is that practice called noodling?
There's two kind of noodlings out in Oklahoma, Arkansas. They noodle with their hands, but we got better sense. We don't run our hands up under logs and stuff. So used to use jug. They used to call it jugging, and you'd get a jug and tie it on the line, but. Jugging. Yeah, but now these pool noodles come in, you can use them so many different ways. It's just a good way. It's a good way to take kids fishing, by the way. That's a good thing to do. Now, Tully has
on a noodle.
On a noodle. Now, I can verify this with a deacon. He and I caught a 33-pound blue cat one day. Yeah.
33 pounds.
33 pounds.
You gonna verify that with?
No, I have fished with a couple of deacons, and I'm telling you, this fishing report's probably 90% bull, but that's true now. That's true.
Queasel, that deacon might have passed on to glory about 5 years ago, and you gotta wait till you get there to ask the question.
I know who he's talking about, and I believe what he said. Why would that other deacon he talking about?
Well, I can manufacture some evidence.
Are you planning on going fishing this week?
I am, and this week I'm probably going to steer away from the catfish. I'm going to go looking for some scale fish. I really want to find some speck, and so I might try. And There is another deacon, by the way, whose last name is Toe. Now, he's a master at them speckled perch, so I'm going to see if he'll help me out with that.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Well, Reverend Barrett, we appreciate you joining us and giving us. We look forward to next week's scale fish reporting, and I hope you have a blessed day in the pulpit tomorrow, and happy fishing to you this week.
Thank y'all. God bless you.
You too, bro.
You too.
Oh,
man, that was our fishing report this week.
I'm telling y'all, we need to. If we don't put him behind the pulpit to give our report, we ain't gonna never know what really happened.
Well, he showed us the fish at Queensland, a photograph and a video does not.
Video.
I saw that video Thursday or Friday one. There's some irregularities in that video. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
just cause you look at here, just cause he gutted you, don't just
What was that he said? He said something when he come on the air. What was that he said, Floyd? The first thing he said something. I like to fell out.
Queasel was going to ask him a scriptural question.
Yeah.
Queasel, he says, a scriptural question said you never have before.
Yeah, but see, that wasn't even his line. That was Derek Stenick's line. He copied that from somebody from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
It's a good one.
Oh man,
it's a good one.
He's a mess now.
Hey,
I love him to death.
Charlie, let's play that. Lothario, play that cow video that Charlie had and let him tell us a little bit about that. I couldn't get the buzzard picture to come up, Charlie, but we've got the cow video.
Well, let me
show it to our viewers right there.
When he gets that up.
Go ahead, it's playing.
Okay. This is a group of heifers and a bull, and they are so immune to the motor on the truck that they will come about a half mile when they hear the truck coming another half mile away, and they will meet you at the gate. That's how in tune you can train them with just, and if you go on any other truck, they're not quite that quick, but they're amazing. They're there every day or every other day, and they lead you to, you've heard of leading one to the trough. They lead you to the trough to get that food in there because they're hungry.
You don't have to lead them.
No, these pastures have lost a lot of the nutrients in the grass, and a lot of folks have to do supplemental feeding right now, and it's just a busy time of the year in the cow business. And it's about time that I'm going to gain my composure to introduce the most knowledgeable person. He is like Brother Dave Gardner said, he knows what's in every book and every library in the United States of America. Do you know what that is, Marvin? What's in every book?
No, I do not. You'll have to enlighten me.
Words.
Oh, words?
Words. What's in every book in every library in the United States? Words. Floyd B. Lloyd has the ability and the talent to be in that category with the shortest list and the shortest books that have ever been published in humanity. And I think it's time we kind of turn it over to Brother Floyd and see who he can insult this week with his shortest list.
It's just the truth, man. Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth. I agree.
These books are published. You can go to your library and check them out. It won't take you long to read them. You can go to your library and check them out. But
what library you going to
start off on this? Here's what I'm going to start off on. I'm going to start off on this one right here. I'm going to kind of ease into it, if you will. Here's one. Real short list. This one. Baptist preachers that are vegans. Yankees that know how to sop syrup. Southern restaurants that specialize in stuffed cabbage and sauerkraut. Amish roller derby teams. Muslim pupwooders. Have you seen any Muslim pupwooders in South Alabama, Charlie?
I have not seen a
never seen one.
Muslim pupwater in
No.
Alabama,
Lee
Florida, or
Scott.
Georgia.
We need to get Lee on the phone, see if he knows any.
What was the guy that was the pupwooder in Colquitt there?
Pat Douglas.
Pat Douglas. That's him. Yeah.
Pat wasn't a Muslim.
No.
Pat, no. Pat eat ham hock. He eat ham hock, pork chop, whatever you come up with. Neck bones, Pat eat it. He wasn't no Muslim. Have I said this one? Have I told y'all this one before? Catholic priests, Jewish rabbis, and Free Will Baptist preachers change a flat tire.
Does that go for a boat trailer too?
Yeah, either one, it don't matter. You know what happens with a flat tire, and when a tire goes flat on the boat trailer for our favorite Free Will Baptist preacher? Hello, Smokey.
That's it.
This is Reverend Kent Barwick. I need you to come out here on Highway 253 and change my tire, please. Thank you. Here one said, where to find places you can find Muslim Valentine cards. Oh my God. Here's one. This is a list right here, complete list of people that are more arrogant than me by Barack Hussein Obama. Things I have done to improve race relations in America. Another one by Barack Hussein Obama. Favorite Jehovah's Witness Christmas carols. And then I'm going to give y'all a couple of observations that I've had by watching the news and reading the news reports on my internet. It says Joe Biden is so smart. He's smart. Y'all know how he's one of the smartest men. He's the second smartest man in the world. Barack Hussein Obama's the first smartest, and Joe Biden the second smartest. Joe Biden is so smart that he thinks Condoleezza Rice is a side dish. Joe Biden misspoke today. He said he plans to make Stacey Abrams his all-you-can-eat czar. And finally, I'm going to close out with this one. This is a list of the most dangerous jobs in America. Loggers, commercial fishermen, farmers, a honky rent-a-rim repo man. Last but not least, Hillary Clinton's ex-friends. So that's my list for tonight.
Does that include
that? Read them for yourself.
On that deal with
update, yeah, just let us know. I'll update them for you. Tell you where you
does that one on Hillary need the little thing on the end that says dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. It ain't nothing but the truth. Anybody going to argue with any of that, you welcome to argue. I'm not going to argue with you, but you welcome to have your own opinion on it. And I just feel it's something that we need to share, with everybody.
Straight truth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially that about with Joe Biden about that, how smart he is, because that's one intelligent man.
He's gonna have some Condoleezza Rice with his pork chop.
Yeah, he's gonna have Condoleezza Rice on the side with his pork chop. That's him. He ain't gonna know what a pork chop. He ain't gonna know where his pork chop is in about 6 weeks.
You say something to me, Marvin?
I said, you got any words of wisdom this week?
Well, I've been talking to my old hillbilly fire chief buddies. I got some things that you will never hear a hillbilly or a redneck say. One of them is you'll never hear hillbilly or a redneck say, "I'm sorry, but I really wouldn't care for any banana pudding." You'll never hear him say, "Turn off that dang Andy Griffith show." You'll never hear him say, "Yes, I trust the government."
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Marvin, if we got a little time, I'm researching here. I do a lot of research. Y'all know I read a lot, especially those short books and all that. And I read a lot. I like to research these old Miller County liberals. I find it interesting. And this is from 1972. And some of y'all remember 1972. I remember 1972 is the year that me and Nadine got married. We got married March 31st, 1972. This is January the 14th, 1972. Miller County expenditures for January of 1972. Let's see here. Here's White's Groceries. Y'all know White's Groceries. I know White's Groceries. That was before Marvin's time, White's Groceries. Jimmy Holt used to be at White's Groceries. He delivered groceries.
Yes, he was.
He delivered groceries.
George Williams, too. Him and George Williams both
delivered groceries. Yes, sir. They know what I'm talking about. Y'all listen to me out there. Here's White's Grocery. 1972 January groceries for inmates. This is for the month of January. $90. $90 for the inmates down at the camp. Of course, now they grow their own vegetables. They grow their own hogs. They grow their own cows. They had their own stuff canned and put up. They was mostly self-sufficient. This was probably sugar, salt, flour, meal, grease. That's probably what this was. It wasn't no food. And I tell you, one thing it showed wasn't no ribeye steaks.
No.
It was Bowen Welding Shop. Any of you farmers out there, you farm guys out there, y'all farm big and all now. And well, I don't know where you can even find one of these things at now. We had one on the square up there when I was growing up. Jimmy Lee King had it, and then Hayes Bowen had it. Welding Shop on the square where the Hissy Fit store is. Now they're selling necklaces and umbrellas and women's pocketbooks and things like that. There used to be, everything was going on inside that welding shop, but women's pocketbooks and necklaces and stuff like that. But that was Jimmy Lee King's welding shop and Hayes Bowen's welding shop. You take your stuff up there when it was broke down. If it was broke down so bad you couldn't take it, they'd come to your farm. Here it is right here, Hayes Bowen's welding shop. Shop work, $7.50. Go somewhere now and get you something welded for $7.50, if you will, please. Thank you. Here's another right here. Here's one right here that's jumped out at me. Joy Tully's service station. That service station on the square up there. Joy Tully's service station. This is 1972. Car wash. Folks actually paid back then to get the car wash. They were rich folks that done that. They were wealthy people that done that. Car wash, $3.50.
I probably watched it.
Yeah. Here's two Queasel knows. I know you know who one of them is. They were guards, and he was convict guards. Irvin Bates. Did you ever know Irvin Bates, Queasel? I didn't know him.
I don't think I never knew him.
I didn't know Irvin Bates. But anyway, he was a guard, convict guard, $8.33.
Wow.
Here's one you know, Peter Zach Love.
Oh yeah.
You remember Peter Zach and Willie C. and Junior Love?
Oh yeah. Remember him well.
Peter Zach Love, a guard. Now they paid Irvin Bates $8.33. They paid Peter Zach $16.66. Guard convict. That must have been worth twice as much as Irvin was. Here's one right here. Walter W. Hayes, attorney.
Oh yeah.
Fees. Attorney fees. You know, he one we was talking about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Walter and Ronnie Joe Lane charging twice as much as Rents did. And
anyway, you done got scolded about that now.
Oh yeah, I done got sent to school. I done got schooled on that. Right before I could walk from my office where I'm doing the show at to the house, my cell phone rung. Guess who it was on the other end? Guess who it was, please, on the other end? None other than our ex-clerk of the court for 65 years, Annette Laura Middleton. She was going to school me on what the difference was in the $50 and the $25. And I told her, I said, Annette Laura, I said, it's irrelevant. I said, that's not the story.
Did it do any good to tell her that?
You need to keep up. Now, she still wanted to talk. She still wanted to have some more. Anyway, I told her, I got to go in the house. I said, I got to go, and I'm going to stumble over something out here in my yard, trip and hurt myself. I said, I told you later. But anyway, she told me on that, which she pretty good at that anyhow. But I'm wrong. That was Buck Phillips' garage, $53. Walter Hayes, they must be done got on to him, because he down to $25 now.
Oh,
the last time we talked about it, him and Ronnie Joe Lane was $75, and rent was $50. Rent was $25. So Hayes done had to get on down there on Ritz's level now with that. But anyway, that was it. Here's one. Let's see what else. Thomas Davis, heavy equipment operator, $59.45 for the week.
Wow.
For the month. That was for the whole
month. That's a month. Yeah.
$59.45. I mean, 1972, y'all.
And you know, you were talking about the groceries for them prisoners. Now, I don't remember when the election was along in there, but you know, as long as Mr. Felix Tab was the sheriff, you know, Miss Hattie cooked the meal for the prisoners. It was in the county jail. Whatever Miss Hattie and the sheriff ate, that's what the prisoners ate. She took it and took it over. Remember, they had the steps come down. They had a chain. They had the bar door at the bottom of the steps, and she'd taking plates over. And prisoners walk down them stairs and get that plate, take it back up there, and eat it. And then when they get through, they bring the plate back down there, set it on that thing, and Miss Hattie go get it, wash it, clean it up, have it ready for supper.
I've been there. I've been up them steps. Being Dynamite King went up them steps one night. That's another story we'll tell, though. He ain't got
Dynamite's watching tonight.
Yeah, Dynamite knows the story.
Hey, Quizzle. Yeah, he knows it. Quizzle, Chris Vick from Cartersville. Do you know him?
Who now?
Well, I just got a message from Chris Vick, Cartersville. Merry Christmas. Wanted to tell all of us Merry Christmas from Cartersville, Georgia. Got a message from him.
I don't know about
Charlie, you may know him. Anyway, Chris, we appreciate you watching, and we want to tell you Merry Christmas too. Especially all the way up in Cartersville, Georgia. Man, I didn't know our signal got that far, but anyway.
That's where one of them old crooked fire chiefs lives up there in Cartersville.
Well, that's what I thought. I knew you knew some folks up there in Cartersville.
He's a straight hillbilly. That boy Scott Carter up there. He's a straight hillbilly.
Boys, we about to run out of time here, so Charlie, if you will, we got about 2 minutes left. We can run over a little bit, but if you'll kind of wind us down.
Let me say hello to Kevin Maddox, to Kevin Savoy, Chris Vick on my page as well, Miss Dawn Gardner down in Panama City, Florida, Thomas Bedsoe, our old buddy, John Taylor, the same one that said that must have been a bad taste in your mouth, Floyd.
Man, ain't never had nothing like that.
Bulldog Sumner up in Haleburg, Alabama. Old buddy Bron Curington is watching. So we got folks from all over. We appreciate each and every one of you. We hope we made you smile a little bit. Not get choked like I almost did on some of Floyd's little sayings. Short list there. But we hope we made you smile. We need to love one another more. Pray for one another more, and get through these times we're getting through. And remember all those folks who have suffered from and are suffering from this COVID-19. As we said, opening the show tonight, another legend is gone. And age, I'm sure, was a factor in that, but it's from complications of COVID. That's the great Charlie Pride, member of the Grand Ole Opry, and one of the biggest selling country artists of all time, folks. You go back and he was the biggest thing on RCA records, other than this little old guy, also from Mississippi, named Elvis. So we another loss there, and we're certainly sorry to hear that news. Thank y'all for watching, Floyd. We're looking forward to another good short list next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll come up with one if I get down there to the library and check out them books. But good to be with y'all again. Thank y'all for having us in your house. I was just sitting here thinking, Charlie, talking about the old folks. Some of y'all younger folks out there listening to us, Some of you older folks, y'all done lost your mom and daddy. You ain't got no mom and daddy you can call no more. But I want to encourage some of you young folks out there that's listening. If you got a mom and daddy somewhere and they ain't close by or you ain't seen them in a while, pick up the telephone right now and call them and tell them you thinking about them and ask them how they doing. And is there anything you need, mama? Is there anything you need, daddy? Because the day's going to come when that phone you're gonna call, but ain't nobody going to answer. But I just encourage y'all to treat your old folks with dignity and with respect because they've done things and they've seen things that y'all have no idea what they did. But they love y'all, and I hope you love them. And if you do, call them and tell them you do. I'll see you next week.
You know, Floyd, that's so true what you said right there. I want to just kind of add on a little bit. You know, we do appreciate y'all letting us in. We hope we never know what somebody's going through. We never know. That's why you ought not to never judge nobody until you walked in the shoes they walking in, because you don't know what kind of road they going down. So you always need to be mindful of what you say about people before you say it, because you don't know what they going through. But we do appreciate everybody letting us in. We hope maybe we ain't made you laugh. At least maybe we made you smile. And but I got a challenge. I got a little challenge that I want to throw out there. And ain't nobody gonna know where you do it but you. But I want to challenge everybody that's watching tonight to find somebody that needs something for Christmas. Now, I don't know if it might be clothes, it might be stuff for children, it might be food, it might be money. We are all blessed more than we deserve, and we need to share it. So I challenge you, find somebody that is not as well off or as blessed as you are, and do just a little bit of something to make their Christmas better. But do it in a way that they don't know you done it. You don't need to do it for the glory. You just need to do it. You'll get your reward later. Don't worry about it. Who knows? The Bible says you don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing, or your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So you do it. You'll bless somebody, but you'll be blessed. There's a lot of people this year that is going to have rough times at Christmas. And you know what? It could be something just as simple as what Floyd just said. There's some lonely people out there. A phone call or a visit to somebody's backyard might be all you need to do. So I want to challenge you. Do something nice for somebody between now and Christmas. Marvin, take us out.
We want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. Thank you for inviting us into your homes tonight. We want to remind you that we are in the Christmas season, and we unapologetically say that, the Christmas season. And we want to remind you that Jesus is the reason for the season. No other but Jesus. Do something good for somebody, as Queasel said. Reach out to somebody less fortunate. Get involved in something. Bless somebody this Christmas season, because I'm sure that God has blessed you abundantly, even in 2020. Tomorrow's church day. I know many of you still are kind of afraid because of your immune system. Turn on the TV, turn on Facebook, be in God's house, either literally or online, and be in the presence of God's people and worshiping Him. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, South Georgia Solutions. We appreciate them, Michael and Terry Cunningham, and we also appreciate the good fine folks at Rooster's Pool Hall Pizza Parlor, Tax Prep Service, Tanning Salon, and Bait Bed, located in downtown Screamer, Alabama. Want to leave you with the scripture.
Let me say hello to one of the nicest, best loved families in this area, the McLeans, Matt McLean and the crew at McLean's Restaurant over in Daleville, Alabama. It ain't up there in the league with Roosters, but they're good folks. They they don't have tax service, but they got some good food. So Matt, Ricky, we love y'all.
Thank you, Matt and Ricky, for watching us. Scripture of the day comes from Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. We love all of you. We hope to see every one of you next Saturday night, same place, same time. Y'all have a blessed week. We love all of you. Good night, and God bless you.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.